Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, fire like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Out of here like I ain't that savage. Two. It's like I'm at the studio with Michael. You can hear me dancing on the beat. Bam, bam, about to put a mansion on the beach. 100 Latins in your lobby. That's what happens when you're around with body. And I put that in my mommy. I will never give my heart to a I can just make a dance that goes with this song. Then I'ma be on. Basic, gon' dance to it. Basic, everywhere, gon' dance to it. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, ball in it. You gotta, baby, shake that, shake that.
Today's game features arguably the best defense in the NFL. The Seahawks are the least scored on team in the league, and they'll be up against the Redskins offense that will need to rise to the occasion. With that, let's get you out to Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis. They've got the call of this Week 9 matchup.
Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Evergreen State and CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. These folks love their football in Seattle. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad came out of the tunnel, and it was just absolutely deafening in this building. They're set for football, so are we, as the Seahawks get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. Charles, you look at this Seahawks team as they get ready here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And last week they put together a 3-touchdown victory and were never challenged in that game. Let's see if they have a little bit of a letdown here.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Redskins, they're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And they looked awfully good last week and came away with a 2-touchdown victory. They did have a few reasons for concern defensively, but all in all, they'll take a repeat here if they could get it.
Now a play fake here on first down. And the connection made to Terrell Pryor. And that time he's smothered as he's wrestled down. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Stewart. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Keep it on the ground again to Stewart. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Cousins now. And this is caught at the 8. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that would be pinned.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Jonathan Stewart with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Holding offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. And down he'll go at the 25. They'll get the penalty yardage back exactly, 10 yards, as they'll get it to 2nd and 10. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up a touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A Seahawk first down. Wilson to his big target, Graham. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
On 3rd down, Wilson. Going underneath for Charles. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 4th down. Still leaves them with 4th and short. Any chance you go for it?
It's definitely in the back of my mind. In fact, I've discussed it with my staff all week long, different situations that I may want to go for it. Where's the ball in the field? Do I have confidence in my trigger guy? What am I going to do? I'm also talking about my analytics department. What are the odds? If I don't get it, what's it going to do to me the rest of the game? Personally, I end up taking all that, putting it in my head, and making a decision. And you know me, I'm probably going to go for it.
Wow, you want to make an opening drive statement.
Yes, I do. Once I have the ball and I've got it on the move, I don't want to just give up that easily.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Toward the sideline, he will have the 1st down. Good catch. He was able to keep the feet in bounds. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there. And it's 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Cousins. Open man, it's Vernon Davis. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage, so as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Now a 2nd down run for Murray. And despite the good footwork, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. 1 yard, the official pickup there, so it's going to set up 3rd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Stewart. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
After watching that play and result, I go back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator, Brandon, before the game and said, how are you going to move the ball running it against the #1 defense? He gave us no indication, didn't tip his hand at all, so we have to see how this unfolds as this game moves along.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? #1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. #2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone. He's got a man complete. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 91 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. The first update from Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. And the 49ers are out to the early lead. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And, you know, their previous possession, they were able to move the football, but still wound up punting in the end.
You know, in 2016, Carolina had a 20-play drive that lasted over 10 minutes. And remember how it ended?
In a punt.
Yeah, I mean, how does that happen? You just don't see that happen every day.
This one maybe not quite that bad, but still, you'd like to have a chance for points if you hold the football that long.
Agreed.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Let's see what the offense comes with here. 2nd and 8. Off the play fake, Cousins looks for Nelson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens, things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Second down, Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. Now a guy who's been a Raider his entire career. This is Marcel Reese. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Well, there was a trust factor in that call, turning and handing it to the big man in the backfield, trying to pick up the first down. But how about the defense? They were ready for him, and they were able to stop him.
So now it's the former Redskin let go by them in 2015, Kai Forbath, on to try the field goal from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And Forbath will put this one through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us want to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. This is Stewart again. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
On 1st and 10, Cousins on the catch. It's Crowder. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that. And that's what he did.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Throwing is Cousins. And Davis with it left side. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And he's going to be met at about the 43. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps.
And sneak attack. They're going to run for it. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Stewart. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Blocking the ball. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Now Cousins. And Davis has it over the middle. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The penalty on first down backs him up 5. It's now first down at 15. From the gun, here's Cousins. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And Stewart lost the football. It's loose. And the Seahawks who picked it up. And he'll get this back across the midfield stripe and down to the 47-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
In motion is the tight end, Graham. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
In motion is the tight end, Graham. Now Wilson on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
And the Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. From the gun, it's Wilson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Richardson. They needed 19, and that's precisely what they got. And by the length of a football, it's a first down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Play action. It's Wilson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack. Although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
He's got the rookie, Amara Darbo, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they've rallied and made the tackle.
Meanwhile, down in Santa Clara, and the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout. A little bit of a lower trajectory there on the deep kick, and it worked.
Had to do it because he had to drive it out low because of the length of the kick. Able to do that, got it above the defense and over the post.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Reminder later tonight, a good one down in Miami. It'll be the Raiders and the Dolphins. A lot of playoff history between those two in the 70s.
Yeah, there sure is.
And then tomorrow night, we wrap up Week 9, the unofficial halfway point of the season, with the Lions and Packers from Lambeau. They go play action. Cousins. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Cousins now to throw on first down. And a hook up over the middle to Pryor. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Michael Bennett in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Here's Cousins. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Terrell Pryor that time, and it's third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. The Redskins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 16. Working out of the gun, Cousins. He hits Stewart in the flat, and he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will cut the lead back down to 3 at 13-10. So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Marshawn Lynch heading back out into the huddle. He's only had a couple of carries. I mean, when you've got a horse like this, second quarter, got to start to ride that horse a little more, don't you?
You can't just neglect him. He's got to touch it, and often, in order to get maximum out of him. Typically, these types of backs, it's the accumulation of carries, and that's when you see the damage as the game goes on.
Yeah, let's see. They're going to try to get him into the flow, we would assume here. It's caught outright by Graham. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. Now Wilson on first down. Buying time to his left. And Graham's got it over the middle. And he's brought down.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
So 20 yards to go here on first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And this is incomplete.
So many offense run include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Second down, here's Wilson. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 3rd and long, it's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. The secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
On is the punter, Ryan, to send this one away. Crowder now to return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. Latavius Murray getting set to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Cousins now from the 50. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety, Cam Chancellor. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
After the interception, here's Wilson. And this will be caught at the 30. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. On 1st down, Wilson. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. The intended target, Doug Baldwin. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Offense working with a 2nd and goal now from the 3. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Marshawn Lynch in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
And that's
they get to the football. It's blocked. Forbath out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. So why does Larry always do that? He just stops talking. But let's go play the third quarter. I'm psyched. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Wilson now to throw on second down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 46. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
I know we just saw a nice throw and catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
First down, the run with Lynch. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So 2nd and 10 here. Play clock winding down.
Delay of game, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Wilson now off the bootleg. He lets it fly for Lockett. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down deep in Washington territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 48 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. On second down, Wilson. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Pass interference, defense.
This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
They come out with one back and 3 tight ends. They'll run for it with Lynch. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Here's Wilson looking to throw on 2nd down. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. Here is Lynch on 3rd and goal. And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Marshawn Lynch with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd down, they run with Stewart. And hello, he's going to be knocked backward as he'll be marked down right at the line of scrimmage.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Redskins on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Mike Bennett, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
Elsewhere, they have gone to the 3rd quarter now in Dallas. The Chiefs have scored again to extend their lead a bit. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. 12 yards on the return that time, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. As Seattle now ready to march onto the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Second down, 9 yards to go. Wilson operating from the gun, escaping the pressure right. So he shifts past him, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So that one will be accepted. Looking to throw on second down. Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on third and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense, because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Looking to get the ground game going with Stewart. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on second down. To throw is Cousins. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Cousins to his tight end Davis. Good for a Washington first. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
This is Stewart. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They'll try and run it. Here's Stewart. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's Tressway now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Quick update from Levi's Stadium. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. They start the drive with Lynch. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
holding offense.
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Following the penalty, Lynch. So able to make it to the 15 following the broken tackle. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Operating from the gun, Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Wilson from the gun, he'll throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that pickup of a 1st down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Now it's the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. It's Jamal Charles on the carry. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
To throw is Wilson. To throw on 2nd down. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Now Cousins over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended target that time was Jonathan Stewart. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. A 2nd down throw for Cousins. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Over the middle, complete. That's Richardson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives them a new set of downs. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Good game there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation, probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. They'll run again with Lynch. Oh, and now he bowls him over. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage. The stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Offense.
So he got his hands a little too far outside. The ref caught him, threw the flag. Now Lynch. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Luke Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. They have the lead in the 4th, but still passing. Finding the big target for the touchdown. Now that lead grows even more.
Everybody gets to join in the fun. You know, it doesn't have to just be the wide receivers catching touchdown passes. The tight end doesn't just have to do just the dirty work inside. He gets a chance to get to the end zone as well.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And finding Davis here, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Cousins now on second down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. On 3rd and 1, here's Cousins. Well, this is brought in by Pryor. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. We'll give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Cousins to throw it. And an alley to run. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. Look at the big man rumble. The 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Toss play to Lynch. Lynch busting free. Finding room inside the 40. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
And Brandon, this is where it pays to have a big back who can take over a football game, especially in the fourth quarter when you got the lead. Your ability to not just wear people down, but close games out.
They'll keep it on the ground, this time with Charles. And some room to roam now. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jamal Charles, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Defense showing blitz. Second down, Cousins. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. As they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Cousins with work to do after the sack as he brings his guys up on a 3rd and long. Cousins. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. He won't go down. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. They are on to the fourth quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. And the Cardinals continuing to surge. They've scored again. A win would be just their second of the year if they could hold on. They'll start on the ground with Lynch. Room here to run. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. Now that's one they hate. The ball's got to come all the way back.
So that's an explosive play, a really explosive play that gets wiped out, and they have to start over after the penalty.
Following the penalty, here's Charles. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up. And this will likely be the last play and wrap things up. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, the win here means it'll be a 7-1 first half of the season. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they drop.